All right, guys, this video today is for the beginner crypto investor. So if you're new to crypto investing, please stay, watch the entire video. And my hope is that by the end of it, you will walk away with understanding some of the things that you should be doing, but more importantly, some of the things that you should not be doing. Check out my office for today. I was on a walk and I was like, you know what? This looks like a great place to sit down and record a video. So that's what I'm doing. Let's just jump right in. So you are new to crypto investing. First, I would like to say congratulations. Okay. And I genuinely mean that. And the reason why I say that isn't to pump you up, but you do have to give yourself a pat on the back for how unique you really are. There is less than 5% of the entire world right now that is invested in the crypto space. So the fact that you are here says a lot about you. Not to mention that there is just not a lot of excitement in the crypto space right now. The markets are down. They've been down for a while. And by the looks of things, they're going to go down even further. And while on the surface, that may look like a bad thing to a lot of people, to guys like me, it's actually exciting because it's a huge opportunity to get in at discounted prices. Okay. So how will you actually make money in the crypto space? Well, you're not going to make money in the crypto space buying when the market's at an all-time high. You make money in the crypto space or investing in general on the purchase. Okay. That's when you're going to actually make your purchase. It's not on the sale. It's on the purchase. So the fact that the market is down and it may go down even further is a huge opportunity for us to get these projects at discounted prices so that when the market does run up, we have a significant margin there to make money. Versus, imagine when the market is running up, it's at an all-time high. You go to the grocery store and everybody's talking about crypto and everybody's talking about Bitcoin and everybody's talking about XRP. The probability is that those projects are going to be very high. And if you buy when it's high, it's going to be hard to sell at a higher price. I hope that makes sense. Now, one of the things that I learned that I wish I would have learned earlier was investing in the correct projects. When I first got into crypto, one of my friends had called me and was like, yo, you need to get into the crypto space. There's Bitcoin and it's at, I think it was like at 16,000 or 17,000 at the time. And he starts explaining it to me. And from what I'd understood, because all I heard was things that I heard on the news, is that Bitcoin was a scam. It was used for drug sales and on the black market. And I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if I could put my money in it. And he's like, Donnie, trust me, you have to buy some Bitcoin. And so good, bad, or indifferent, I listened to him and I bought some Bitcoin. And I'm thankful that I did now because I got it at an extremely low price, but I didn't really understand it. And I bought some Ethereum at the same time. And then I went away for a little bit. And when I came back, I was like, well, that was pretty easy. I made a ton of money off of Bitcoin. Now let me start making money off these other projects. And so I went to YouTube and I went to Instagram and I started following all these various influencers. And I just started buying all of these random projects, couple thousand here, couple thousand there. And in hindsight, it was a huge mistake because I was investing in things that I didn't understand. What I've noticed is that when I see newer investors that are frustrated in the crypto space, it's usually one of two reasons. One, they invest in projects that they don't completely understand or believe in. And two, they invest money that they should not be investing. And I know you always hear it, only invest what you can afford to lose, right? But there is some truth to that. I've heard of guys hearing about a project and throwing $2,400 into it because they think it's going to go up in the next few days. And what they did was they used their mortgage money. And now they're out $2,400 that was supposed to be for their house payment. don't invest. That's investing money that you can't afford to lose, right? So you have to, again, believe in the project, understand it, but then you have to make sure that the money that you're investing, you can actually afford to invest it. Now, again, when we're looking at these crypto projects, please, please, I can't stress this enough. Do your research. Read their white papers. If you go to like even Coinbase, you click on the project, you can open up the white papers and you can read about the project. And then you make a decision on, is this something that I believe will be part of, well, this is how I look at it. Because I invest in like what I would call real world utility projects. So I look at it and I say, is this something that I believe will be part of our future way of life, be part of this new financial restructuring that's taking place? And if they are, then it gets me a little bit more excited about it. Definitely, if you're not well-versed in the crypto space, definitely stay away from the meme coins, okay? Stay away from the meme coins. They sound exciting, they sound sexy, but you will get wrecked. Now, if you're like, yeah, you know what, but I do have a little bit of risk that I like to take, well, then maybe you take a small percentage of what you are investing and you say, hey, I'm willing to throw 5% into the meme coin space, and that's just me having fun. That's a little bit different, but I would argue that most beginner investors aren't that locked in. Like they just have a certain amount of money that they can invest, and that money should be invested wisely. Okay, so again, do your research. The other thing, when we're talking about these various crypto projects, we can't not talk about the people that are discussing the crypto projects. And again, when I first got into the crypto space, because I was so excited about it, because I wanted to learn so much, I started following all these various influencers and personalities that were talking about crypto. And that was another mistake that I made because I didn't realize that many of these influencers, not all of them, but many of them are paid to promote crypto projects. So you may get on Instagram and you're going to hear, oh man, go buy X, Y, and Z coin. It's the newest, hottest thing. It's going to be up 300%. And then you're like scrolling, and then his buddy's an influencer, and now you're in his algorithm. So his buddy's video shows up and he's talking about the same project. And then you keep scrolling, and then another guy's talking about the project, and you're like, oh man, I can't miss out on this project because everybody's talking about it. And what you're not realizing is that these guys are getting paid to promote the project. And then so when people like you and I go into it, that drives the price up, and those guys, they sell, and that's where they make their money. So again, you want to be careful on who you're getting your information from. This channel here, never going to bullshit you. I'm not getting paid to promote anything. I just talk about what I do. I started this YouTube channel because I believe that it's important as I'm developing and as I'm learning. I believe that it's important to put the ladder down behind me for others to climb up. That's just the way that I live my life. Okay. So that's just that. Before we go any further, I do want to say this. If you have any specific questions or things that you're getting hung up on or things that you don't understand, please drop them in the comments. I will do my best to go in and answer all of those questions. And if it's something that I don't have an answer to, I will go and find out for you. Okay. And I share that because I'm in various group threads where there's a lot of beginner investors, and some of the conversations and things that they ask, which to me seem like basic information, I have to remember when I first got started, those were probably things that I didn't understand at all either. Again, going back to these influencers and followers, one more thing to be concerned about that you should be aware of is that many of these influencers that you follow that are really top notch, they're going to have a lot of fake accounts that aren't even them. My mentor, Coach JV, I get like 3 or 4 followers a day of these fake Coach JV profiles on Instagram. And unfortunately, I've seen it firsthand where people think that that's actually really him, and they are shared like a WhatsApp number. And ultimately it's a scam. It's people that are trying to get access to your crypto or to get you to send them money. And so again, just make sure that you're following the real person. You know, obviously nowadays the check mark is something that you can use, but that's not always the case. Do your research. Okay. Um, One last thing that I want to share with you that is often not talked about when you're new to crypto investing is the emotional part of it. Okay. Investing into this crypto space or investing in general, the powers that be, the market makers, they understand that we are emotional beings. And so a lot of games are played with the market that are meant to create excitement, create down, create fear, create panic. And that's what happens. And what it does is it forces people to buy at the wrong time and it forces people to sell at the wrong time. And so, again, that's why I started with doing your due diligence, making sure that you're researching and understanding projects at a high level, because confidence, it actually comes from competence. So the more competent you are in something, the more confident you're going to be in it. Like when people, I love XRP, I love VECHAIN. And so when I hear these narratives or things or people that bash those projects, I am so competent in those projects that I'm confident in them. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get fudded out of them. And so again, just getting your emotions in check, understanding things at a high level, and just understanding that we need to look at this crypto space, not in terms of days, but in terms of years. Zooming out and understanding that some of these things are going to take time. If you are here because you think you're going to make money in the next week, in the next month, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but the probability is slim to none. If you're investing in the crypto space, again, understanding that there's 5%, less than 5% of people in this space right now, and knowing that it's going to take time for things to develop, for legislation to get rolled out, for adoption to take place. That is the true value in most of these projects is adoption. And that's where we're going to see most of the price appreciation. Okay. Think of Amazon. Amazon took about 12 to 13 years before it saw a lot of its price appreciation. And now it's like, oh man, of course, Amazon, of course, Amazon. If you would have known that you could have bought Amazon at 5 cents or $1 and that 13 years later you would be a multimillionaire, would you do it? Of course you would. And so if you can know going into some of these projects that are like 10 cents or 15 cents or $1.50 or whatever they are right now, and know that if you can invest in them and that in time, 5, 10, 15 years, that you're going to be a multimillionaire, would you do it? Absolutely. So you have to zoom out and look at things through that lens. Okay. If I miss anything, let me know in the comments. And until next time, we'll talk soon.